Hey.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Coach's Corner with the amazing, phenomenal, wonderful Coach Adasa. I am Coach Cotton, and today we have, y'all, I'm fanning out. We have one of the extreme FX Global Academy. FX Master Trader. She's a lady trader. She's just a home girl. She's a friend. She's a sister. Miss Quiana McConnell with the coaches tonight. Woo!
Hey.
Quiana,
Thank you so much.
The sounds and stuff on here.
Yeah, right. I wish it was sound effects on it.
Right, we need some StreamYard. We need some sound effects.
Some sparkles,
Right,
some
we need
little
to
lights.
sound effects, sparkles, all of that. Yes.
Well, thank
How
you
are
so
you
much
doing,
for having
Quiana?
me. I'm doing well. I'm doing amazingly well, y'all. I mean, it's beautiful here in Cincinnati today. As y'all know, I'm here in Ohio, so we have some weather that's sometimes a little. It does what it wants to do, so we have to adjust to it. But today it's amazingly beautiful, which put me in a great mood. And I've been able to get on my charts today and make some things happen. And yeah, it's been good. How you guys doing?
Oh, well, wonderful. Wait a minute. You said, go back.
Go
There
back.
was some cars today and things like that. And that just made me think. So what you think about that Nash drop?
Ooh, I didn't catch it, so I didn't catch Nas today. But I any drop, and I know some people who did though. I know some people who shared their results, and so it was absolutely amazing. I was on the session, but I had to I was kind of doing some things in between. And I had already met my goal for the day on London session. So when you meet your goal, you cannot be so plugged in, because otherwise you're gonna hit that button. You're gonna want to hit the button. So I had to really discipline myself to not even do it. But when I saw the people's results, I was really excited for them. So absolutely.
Yes. That's wonderful.
Amazing.
But yeah, I would right along with you. I had tuned in, to the session today, but I was kind of, dealing with sister and then trying to help my husband get ready for his doctor's appointment and all of that kind of stuff. And then I happened to look at it. I was like, look, I'm like, ooh, some people made some money today.
Same here. But yeah, and once you start to learn yourself and your connection and your relationship to money, and you understand that that's going to happen again because it's the market and it does it all the time. You kind of like, oh man, I missed that drop, but it's all good because I'll catch the next one, or I'll catch something.
You'll catch it going back up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to go up, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Right. What goes up must come down. What comes down must go up.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yes.
You guys, y'all know what I'm doing. I'm tagging and telling a friend. Y'all know I gotta let everybody know we are live. So I'm tagging you guys. Like, come on. We have a lot of comments. Ebony says, "Hey, coaches." We have Styles by Shaniki. Who else we have on here? Some Make Sense is on YouTube. So they are coming in to see and hear what Miss Quiana has for us today. And I'm super excited. Like, I'm like a little kid, y'all. I'm like a little kid when it comes down to our guests, because you guys just add so much more value to the Coach's Corner when you come on, because we expect the knowledge and information that you freely give, and we're just grateful. So I get excited when we have the guests on, because I'm like, got my notes, my pen, I'm ready. Whatever you're going to say, it's going to benefit and add worth. So we're going to get into it. So you guys go ahead, tag a friend, tell a friend that the Coach's Corner is on, and we have Quiana as our special guest. It's XFX Master Educator and Lady Trader. So super excited. So we was talking about briefly before we got on the live, just about how did you get into trading, Quiana? Like, we want to know, because this industry, you do see more of a male presence versus women. You have some
Right.
women, but we're kind of sprinkled in there. But you have made a name for yourself by becoming a master educator on this platform with the Stream of X. But then also, I'm sure with your peers and family and those who know you trade, can you just briefly tell us, what brought you into this industry? What got you into a $7.3 trillion market?
Well, see, that's the thing right there. When you hear 7.3 trillion, it's like it at least should make your ears go up. Like, okay, let me
Right.
see what it's about. When I first got started, I'm telling y'all, I was in a totally different place mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I was just in a totally different place. So I actually started doing this about right around the time the pandemic started to send everybody home from work and school and things like that. And so, but before that, I had already quit my job. My
Mm.
son actually he got sick back in October. Well, he got sick 2019, but October of 2019, I was forced to quit my job. I was either gonna quit or I was gonna get fired. And it was a great job. I was a
Wow.
pharmacy technician for over 17 years, and it had just run its course. It had just run its course for me. But at that time, like I said, my son got sick and he wasn't able to go to school. And so his dad and I, we were kind of tag teaming it. We were tag teaming it until we couldn't tag team it anymore, due to my job, because I had used up all of my FMLA, all of my PTO, all them other letters.
Yeah, in the alphabet.
Right. Right. All that. Right.
Oh, do we
Can
have
y'all
we have
still
you?
hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now.
I
Yeah,
can
you
hear
went out
you.
just for a
Uh-oh, hold
second.
on a second. I think I had an alarm or something. Let me turn off these alarms.
Okay,
Hold on.
just a second.
Oh,
That's right. Um, Probably do it about. Um,
okay.
okay, okay. Wait, where you go, Quiana? Where you at? It's
Oh yeah,
black.
she
It's
went
black
out.
dark.
Maybe because she's
I'm like, it's black dark.
um
Uh-oh.
Wait.
when you
Okay, we can hear
come
you, but
go
we
back
can't
and
see you. Yeah, it's the dark night.
Can y'all hear me though?
We can hear you,
I can.
but we can't see you.
I don't
Dark
know. It's,
night.
it's just
Oh,
thinking. Okay,
okay.
here
There
we
you
go. I
go.
think that's it.
There you
That it? Okay. Awesome.
there
Awesome.
we can.
So yeah, so just what I was saying was, back in October of 2019, I ended up having to quit my job due to having to stay home with my son and take care of him, and not really having a plan. I came up in a household where, just like a lot of us, you go to school, you work, you get a job, um, you depend on that job for your main source of income. And so I didn't have a plan. I always was able to make it work when I needed to, just as a mother and as a woman, period, we usually figure it out. So that's just how I lived my life up until that point. And just, if something happens, I'll figure it out instead of
Right.
really having a plan. So with my son, that situation, I didn't really have a plan. So I was just kind of doing it. So this opportunity came to me. I actually had some money in mind. This is kind of just giving it all to you guys. Y'all asked for it. But
Yes.
Yes.
Bring
I
it.
had a I
We
had
we
some
we need the real deal.
yeah. So, I had a little bit of money in my retirement. And so I was able to take some of that and pay up my bills for a little while until I could figure out what my next move was. So I had about, 7, 8 months worth of retirement that I could put into that while I was trying to just, get him better and just figure out what was really going on. So, did that. We were comfortable for a little bit. And then this opportunity came to me by my amazing friend, who's out there, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying her name, but Majida Giddens, out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. She approached me with this opportunity, and at the time, I don't even think she knew what she was getting into, but she was just working the plan. She was just working it. Who can I
Wow.
talk to? Who wants this? Who do I think would appreciate this opportunity? And she and I had been talking about things in the past, stocks, and just on Facebook. And so she approached me with it, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, I got to make something work. I got to
Right.
make something work. And so, I started to do my little research about it. But even before that, it's funny because I had started to hear about trading and Forex and things like that. And I tried to do what everybody else does, which was try to learn on YouTube for free.
Right.
Right.
I didn't want to pay. I didn't have the money. I told y'all I had quit my job. I was just trying to figure it out. So, but I was trying to go on YouTube and learn for free. That does not work.
That
It
don't
didn't
work.
work for me.
It
Most
doesn't
people
work.
that I know have tried that approach and it just does not work, y'all.
Yeah, you can only
But what
go
I
so
did
far.
was you can only go so far because one video you're going to look at a video and it's going to say, oh, this is great information, which is going to lead you to another video that's great information. But how do you put all the
Right.
information together?
Together.
You don't have any guidance, or you don't have anything to really build upon. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was
Right.
trying to do that, and that just it wasn't working. But I learned some things. I learned some terms. I learned that it was a real market. It was something that I could actually, benefit from and kind of incorporate into my life. So the fact that the pandemic had hit, my son was, not at a place where he could go to school. I wasn't in the mindset, like I said, um, to homeschool. Like I said, I was
Right.
in a totally different place at that point, but we had all these things. I had all these things coming at me all at once. So when this opportunity came, I had to make it work. So I
Right.
dove right in, y'all. I just jumped right in, and I started to first thing I wanted to do was make sure I didn't have to pay for my education. When I heard that I could get it for free, I was like, let me call my people too. She called me,
Right.
she called whatever. Let me call my people. So I started to call my people, and I was like a crazy woman. I'm telling you, I was like a crazy woman, just reaching out to my people, calling, and um, and I got my first 3 people within my first week. So for those of you who may not know, like in our company, in our business model, when you get 3 people, it's like you have a really good platform to start to build upon. This is not a
Okay.
susu, nothing against susus or anything like that, but this is a legitimate business. And
Right.
so
Right.
I called my people, the people that I thought were going to join me and support me. They didn't.
They
They
didn't.
just didn't. And I won't give any scenarios or anything like that. But like I said, the people that I thought would support me and the people that I had supported, they were just like, well, no, this ain't for me, or I've done this in the past and I've been burnt by this before, and it just wasn't for me. And
Right.
to me, I didn't care about the rejection because I knew, I had never really worked in sales before or anything like that, but I knew that it just wasn't going to it's just I didn't care about the rejection. I was
Mm-hmm.
what does
Right.
Megan say all the time? Ignorance on fire. I was straight
Right.
up ignorance on fire because I was just
Absolutely.
running, got to the point where I didn't have to pay for my membership because the membership started to pay for itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so it gave me a sense of comfort to be able to really start to dive into the education because I knew I didn't have to worry about paying my membership at least for a little while.
Right.
So I said I'm going to take it 30 days at a time. Chunk I just
Yes.
took it 30 days at a time, and I just started to study. We had an amazing academy, an amazing platform, great educators. And so I took advantage of what was offered to us. And so
Right.
I really just got into it. I don't know how. I think again because I was just ignorance on fire. Things just
Mm.
started to click for me a little sooner than some it may have clicked for some people. Um, And not because I'm super educated, because honestly, I don't have a college degree. I've been to college. I had student loan debt. I don't have any more debt anymore due to me doing what I do now. But I don't have a college degree. I don't feel bad about not having a college degree anymore. At first it used to, all of my friends had degrees. All of my friends were, well educated. And, education is really in the eye of the beholder, so
Mm-hmm.
I really just jumped into it. At that point was still dealing with my son and his stuff. I had a teenage daughter, trying to get into college. She's a student now. She's actually an athlete, a student athlete at Radford University. But just going
Nice.
through it, y'all know how it is, raising teenagers and
Mm-hmm.
going through that whole thing. But it was real life over here. It was real life
Right.
over here. But I knew off top, and just doing my research, that this industry wasn't
Oh, it cut out again.
Probably the phone call. She probably.
Notifications. Yeah. Yeah. Not yet. No, we need you. We need your sound.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Not yet. Can't hear you yet. But yeah, that's what those notifications do when they come up or somebody calls.
It kick
So
you
it'll
out
knock the
sometimes.
sound for a minute.
You can say something, Quiana.
Uh, yeah. Can you say something, or if you want to, can you hear us?
No sound yet.
No
You
sound
may
yet.
have to come out, log out of the StreamYard link, and log back
Yeah.
in to bring your sound back.
Yeah. You may have to. Okay. Wait a minute. Now she's. Oh no. You may have to come out, like go out and come back into the StreamYard room if you can hear us.
So close the StreamYard. Can you hear us, Quiana?
Okay.
We can't hear
You want to,
you.
yeah, you want to exit the yard and then come back in? Try to exit and come back in.
Maybe she can't hear us. Can you hear
Oh,
us, Quiana?
can you hear us? Can you hear us? I feel like sign language. Can
Mm.
you hear us? Can
No,
you
she
hear
can't.
us? I don't think maybe she can't see us.
She can't.
Okay. Okay.
Kiana.
See.
Kiana.
Okay,
I
let's
don't
see
think
if
she
we
can hear.
can
Oh,
if
what?
we can hear
Okay.
you.
So, and then bring her
No,
back.
yeah. And then I'm gonna bring her back. Let's see. Can can you hear us, Kiana? Let's see. Can you speak? Try to say. Can you say something? Okay, no, we still can't hear you. Okay, log out and then enter back in. Can you
I do it
log
like this. Hold
come
on.
back in? Send her a message.
That's what I'm about to do right now.
Okay, okay, all right. So we're gonna bring Kiana back in. Um, but yeah, so far now we're gonna bring her back in. All right, so just hold tight. Right, we got
Right.
it over in the
Thank
coach
you.
school.
Yes. We are texting her now to give her some instruction. Thank you guys for bearing
Yeah,
with us while we troubleshoot and get Kiana back.
yeah, we're gonna
We really
have her.
appreciate you.
We're gonna have her come back in. But as you can hear, right, with her story, how common is that? I mean, that's very, very common. And see, here's the thing about it for women, with children, mothers. Um, like, yes, I'm not saying that mothers don't need to have streams of income that comes in. The thing is, though, that it seemed like a lot of people, and even mothers, don't think about, or it's not that we don't think about it. It's just that we're trying to make ends meet too. whether if we're single or even if we're married, same thing. Um, we need to bring in income. I mean, shoot, unless you, I don't know. I don't know if you're married to somebody with a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? If you married
Right.
into wealth, or if you or you know your family or something like that. But in a lot of cases, that's not, you know, that's not the case. And so you had to work. But the children, you know, like being a caregiver, in most cases that's what women are doing, right? Whether it's caring for the children or even caring for parents and grandparents. And so that responsibility falls on us as women, as the caregivers. And then next thing you know, we're behind as far
Right.
as income is concerned. And if
Right.
you're solely dependent on, you know, a job, something that would, the only way that you can get income is outside of the home, and you know, via some other entity or whatever, you're always going to be behind the eight ball, because we do have to stop and take some time to, you know, if we have babies, we have to care for them. Even when we do have the babies, it's like, you know, it's I said this to somebody one day and they seemed kind of offended, but it's because we don't really think about it. But
Right.
it's like slave plantation all over again, where, you know, you're out there working in the field, you know, you're pregnant, you had a baby right there in the field, bring it out, rip the cord off, put the baby, wash the baby off or whatever, put the baby on your hip and keep picking the cotton.
Right.
Where did you, you know, like where did you get some time to rest and take care of yourself and the baby? And then we put that into that whole, you know, um strong woman type of thing, you know, strong woman, strong black woman, or you know, whatever. And but guess who's not doing that? Guess who didn't do that? Master's wife,
Right. Coach,
right?
can you see if Quiana's backstage? I think she said she can hear you.
Okay,
Do
let's
you
see
see her backstage?
if we could bring her back in. Okay. Are we good now?
Okay. Can y'all
Kiana?
hear me?
Okay, yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah.
We're back.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
So so yeah, you know, that's the thing about it. Like as mothers and women, we really have to be the ones to think about that for ourselves, because nobody else is gonna come and give you permission or give us permission to stop, care for ourselves, care for our children, put ourselves in a better position where you know, we can possibly make income from home and make even
Right.
more, and still have the time that we need to be in a caregiving position without it being stressful. So, you know, those are things to really think about. Because I always have this thing where I break down the benefit and the necessity of having a home-based business and making money from home. Um, that's the business model of America, right?
Right.
I mean, American, it's the American way. It is the American system. This country is ran from a home. This country is a home-based business. The president has to move into the White House with their family in order to conduct the business
Right.
of this
Right.
country. Why not?
Exactly what it is.
And they get the best tax breaks. You do it.
I'm telling you.
It's the American way,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so,
That's the way they created it. They did that with intention.
with intention.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's like we have to get on the right side of that. And I mean, just like what we do we trade against the banks or do we trade with them?
We trade with them, baby.
With them.
We trade with
With
them.
them.
If we're in
Got to.
America, do we go against the American way? No, we need, or we should, we would fare better if we do it the American way. If the Americans
Right.
ran from a home, guess what? Do the same thing. You'll be on the right side of money,
Absolutely.
taxes, and everything. So I just
Yes.
wanted to put that out there while we were waiting for, get
Yeah,
everybody.
listen, I came in and it's crazy because I could hear you. I heard just about everything you were saying, but I couldn't see you. But yeah, everything that you're saying is so true. And it's not something that we're not usually brought up to understand that because we go to school and school is a system in and of itself. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not against education.
Education,
Not
Right.
right?
against education at all, but a system that's designed to um
Teach you to do the
for
opposite
the
of.
opposite to
Right.
better a small group of people, is
Yes.
not for everybody. And the thing that we have to
Mm-hmm.
understand is we have to stop complaining about it. We have to stop
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Oh, the school doesn't teach us anything about
Yes.
finances or
It wasn't
financial
designed to.
literacy." They aren't going to. It's not their job to do
Thanks.
that. If they educated every one of our kids on how to be an entrepreneur, how to invest, how to, build wealth, then everybody would be on the same playing field. That's not what our system, the United States of America Incorporated, is built upon.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Mm-hmm.
have to understand this from a, educational, what we actually know and what we know in our own minds that is not built.
Yes.
So we can't complain about that anymore. I don't even want to hear anybody say, you know, they don't teach our children anything about finances. Okay, now what? They don't.
Exactly.
They don't, and they're
They
not
don't.
going
Okay,
to.
now
Right.
what?
Yeah,
Right.
they just don't. They don't, and they're not going to. So it's our job. It's
Yes.
our job to do that as parents. And if you don't know as a parent, it's your job to go and find out at the same time while you're getting an education for your
Mm-hmm.
own children. Stop depending on the system. Stop, and then we can take this thing a whole another level, y'all. But um
Yes.
stop depending on any system, the healthcare system, the school system.
Mm-hmm.
All these systems
Mm-hmm.
are designed, they're not designed for us. It's a system to make money. It's all
Money.
a business. All of
Yes.
it is a
It's a
business. So
business.
yeah,
Right.
we just got to get on the right side of it. And it's not, joining forces with anybody, or being this person that just wants to be oppositional to everything. It's just,
Right.
you got to educate
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You just really have to educate yourself. You got to first surround yourself with people who are doing the things that you need to be doing. Instead of trying to
Absolutely.
keep doing things the same old way. You just cannot do that because it didn't work then, it's not working now, and it's not going to work later on. So you
Mm-hmm.
really have to. That's what I
Right.
love about extreme, y'all. And y'all know, like, I am diehard extreme. Hadassah and I both say they're gonna have to put me out.
Man,
They're gonna have to put me out
I'm
because
in the
I'm a
number. They gotta
stretcher.
abolish me.
yeah,
Right?
because it's
Yeah.
And they gonna
so
drag me
common.
kicking and screaming because I'm like, no, what can I do?
I'm telling you. I mean, it's just so crazy because we can call somebody at the drop of a dime within this company. It's an
Yes.
amazing, we have several people, thousands of people who we can call at any time for help with anything. We have doctors, attorneys,
Yes.
Yes.
healthcare professionals. You know what I mean? We have everything.
Tax
Tax
specialists,
professionals, exactly,
leadership.
everything. We don't lack anything. I mean, so if you need anything, or if you're just looking to change your life, or just
Mm-hmm.
have a good start, check us out. That's
Mm-hmm.
the least you can do is just check us out, y'all. Like,
Yes.
a lot of people, and I can't see who's actually watching, but I know I invited some people, but a lot of my people know where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
They
Right.
know where I came from, and just where I am now, and being a six-figure trader is is unheard of until now.
Right.
Right.
It's unheard
Right.
of until now because it's available to us, y'all. Y'all
Yes.
know
Yes.
if you're watching this and you know where I came from, then I'm not doing anything. I'm not any special. I didn't do anything, any magic or anything like that. I just listened.
Mm-hmm.
I paid attention. I surrounded myself with good people. I started to, and I'm gonna really tell you when things really started to change for me. was when I really started to focus on me and
That
not
part.
being
That
selfish.
part.
Not
That
being
part right
selfish,
there.
like I'm neglecting my kids or anything like that, because I haven't missed a beat with them. I'm pretty sure there are some things that I could have done differently as a parent. We can always, find things that we can do differently. But when I really started to focus on me, my mental, everything changed. Like the small things, like my trading, my mentality when I got into the market, whether I took a trade or not took a trade, my spirituality, it just everything changed. And I've worn locks before, or bamboo ear, whatever. So I didn't transition or anything like that during this journey, but it just made me really work on myself, work on my
Yeah.
health,
Right. Wow.
work on my health, work on what I'm teaching my children, work on my relationships with my parents, with my
Yes.
my ex-husband. Everything changed. Because
Wow.
I am a divorced single mom. So that's not something that's uncommon. In this country, it is pretty common, sadly.
Right.
Um, but he and I, we have a great relationship. You're gonna always have those moments where maybe we don't agree on something, but when it comes to my
Right.
children, that's it stops there. It just stops there. And we could
Right.
not have had that relationship had I not changed, had
Right.
I not
Wow.
me. And
That's
it wasn't like
powerful.
he's perfect or anything like that. And I'm not even worried about him, but it's about me and what I needed to work on from myself. Just
Yes.
communicating better, working on my spirit, working on myself emotionally. Because when you've suffered traumas, and it's a trauma, traumas left and right. We're suffering all these things and
Right.
not even realizing that they're traumas, because we just get through it. We
Yeah.
just kind of
Absolutely.
dance our way through it. And as long as we ate, as long as we had a roof over our head, as long as we had basic needs met, um then we were fine. But that's not what life is about. it's,
No.
it's not
No.
what life is about. Like, there's so much more to life than just you know going out to eat, or going on one vacation
Right.
once a year, or
Right.
having somebody to tell you when you can spend time with your kids,
Right.
go on
Right.
Right.
you know what I'm saying. That's just not what life is about, y'all. We gotta really start to understand that. We have to understand that. And I hope some of my people, who I used to work with, are watching too, because they saw a lot of
Right.
the stuff that I went through during that time. And I'm just trying to just make it just day by day. Talk about scared. You know what I mean? Talk about scared. Before I started really getting into trading, I mean, money just, all right, I'll get it where I can. You know what I mean? I'll get it when I
Right.
can. I'll pay
Right.
these bills when I can. They'll get it. Hey, I'll put some on it.
Right.
I'll put
Facts.
some on it.
Facts.
Look,
You know what I mean?
listen.
But trading has definitely brought on a
You
freedom that I could have never imagined.
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that's the part that I think people can't really connect with because you haven't had that experience. It's a freedom, and I wanted to go back a little bit because you touched on something that really just resonated with me, as I'm sure with all our viewers who's watching you today, Quiana, is that you said it was a purpose. You got to understand that your purpose should outweigh your problem because your purpose is going to drive you to make the profits in whatever industry that you're doing. But to be connected with like-minded people that's going to encourage you to do better, who's going to encourage you to win, that lack or that void that you may have once felt because you didn't have the right tribe, you didn't have the right group, and it was just, I'm surviving. But we were never placed here for survival mode. We're animals, but we're not predators, right? We don't have that ability to go out and like kill and do all these types of things, because we're not here to survive, right? Not like that. That was never the creation of mankind. And so I just love the fact that you touched on that purpose, which drove you to get into a platform. You heard about an opportunity. You were like, I'm ignorant, so I'm fire. I'm green to this, but what else do I really have to lose that will make me not at least see? You know what I'm saying? The dip my pinky toe into something that could potentially change my life. And then just by you acting on that, now look, now you're not just paying on things. Now you're paying things off, right? And I just love your story because it just gives so much hope that you're average woman, you're an average female educator. And look, I'm about to tell you, girl, you don't need no college degree because your experience makes you an expert at what you do. The credential part about it, you know, the documentation does not speak for that. My niece can go to school right now and learn it if someone's teaching her something, but doesn't make her an expert. But your experience, and you have so much experience. And I just love the fact, I told y'all I'll fan out real quick, but I love the fact that you said by you beginning to work on you, which is a self-reflection, a self-identity, it made your relationship stronger. And see, what people don't understand is that when you have a purpose, when you have a destiny, it impacts not just you, but everyone surrounding you. And so by you making the commitment, the devotion to learn this skill that brought you financial freedom, spending time with your kids, building and making better relationships with those who you come in contact with, your ex-husband, your son, your daughter, your mom, your dad, and whoever else, your previous co-workers. Now you have built a community and they can watch you and say, you know what? I do remember people, she was a little struggling in the background, but now she doesn't have that experience. And I will go on forever about that. So, Coach, please take over. But it just makes me super proud to be connected to you and know your journey. And that you can tell a group of women, men, children, you know, I know you do the young guns when you're educating. Look, you're an educator. It's crazy that now you're teaching us how to earn this passive income in this market. And I just look, I lift my hands because I just commend you and I salute you for that. I absolutely love you and super excited that I'm connected to you on this platform.
I appreciate
Thank you,
it. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Right. Yeah. And look, I have to say this. Especially when you mentioned being, you know, a woman in a male dominated industry. And I just have to say that, because you know, y'all know I'm, you know, the astrology head over here. And we're all Aries right here on this platform.
Really? I knew you and I were. I didn't know Coach Cotton was.
Right. Coach Cotton is the Aries too.
Yes, ma'am.
The Aries women always tend to find ourselves in the forefront of something in a male dominated industry.
Absolutely.
There has never been a time where I have not found myself at the forefront of something where there were more men than women.
Yeah,
right.
And eventually it's like, okay, now everybody's coming along, but I found myself in those spaces. And so here we are, right? Here we are. And that's one thing that I can't say about us and, you know, our sign. And I'll say the highly evolved, because there's the highly evolved, and then ones that start still low rate, you know, vibrating lower, and that's of every sign, all of them. You got the high, you got the low, but
right,
that we just do it. We just do it, right? It's like, I don't know if you all read that book, but it's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. If you haven't read it, like, get that book. I remember reading that book. I think I was probably about 15 or so. It was on the bookshelf. Feel the fear and do it anyway. And it seemed like that's a natural response.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
For Aries people. You know, that it's not that we're not, it's not that we don't, I mean, because everybody has some level of fear. But
Right.
I seem to find that what we do is like, okay, we may feel a little fear or whatever, but the only way that we could get over that is like we challenge ourselves to
Right.
do it, right?
Mm-hmm,
And then
mm-hmm.
when we do it and we're in it and we're in the thick of things, and we like, oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. Now we might come out with some bumps and bruises and all of that, but that's what helps
Mm-hmm.
us to be
Yeah.
the coaches and the educators and the leaders, because we've it's like we've already gone through the fire. So
Right.
let me show you all how to kind of, like, yeah, you might get some bumps and bruises and scrapes a little bit, but let us help you to not have so many.
Right, right.
Right?
Right.
Because we done been there and done that already. And
Did
that's what
it.
I hear a lot of times, that we're like a trailblazing sign, because we're fire signs. So the
Right.
trailblazers, we like pave the way. And a lot of people who are Aries, or at least have a lot of Aries in their chart or in their energy, we find ourselves being entrepreneurs, because
Mm-hmm.
you know have if you have okay, so the animal totem for Aries is the ram, which is a
The
male lamb,
ram. Right.
right? The ram is a male lamb. So you'll hear these things about, oh, don't be the sheep, because the sheep this and the sheep, you hear these woke people saying that type of stuff.
She
But
said,
you have to
whoa.
know the characteristics of various animals, and what and the message that's behind that, or the meaning behind it. So a male ram, this is the perfect picture. On YouTube, if you go on there and you search, I guess, like, I don't know, like male, like a ram, angry ram or something like that. It was these two
Right.
videos that I saw that was like a perfect example. Because as Aries, we have no problem with listening and following direction or being led, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The only time that we have a problem with leadership is when leadership we open our eyes to the fact that leadership is not doing what they should be doing. And then that's when we
Right.
buck up against.
Yep. Yep.
That is what
It's so true. It's
right.
so
That's what
true.
And we have a look. The way my rebellion is set up,
right. It's like
Oh,
when people
not
ain't
even
doing right,
rebellious,
I'm
but it's
out.
like when the leadership is like, okay, I didn't watch you too many times
Right.
just do abuse people or lead them astray or whatever.
Yeah.
And then what you see with a ram, it was this one video where I saw, it was like all the sheep, they were being herded or whatever, and the man, he was a sheep herder, he just walking in like on some road, like alongside of a mountain. Next thing you know, that doggone ram just kind of ran from out of nowhere and knocked him over. And then he just kept on. He wouldn't let up. He'll go back
Mm.
and boom, hit him again. Then
oh
he'll
my
back
goodness.
up, boom, hit him again. And then
Like
it
you
was
got to get
another
right.
one. I was
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I said, what did that man do? I'm like, that man did something. And so it was another video where it was the sheep. They were like on a farm or something. And the man was coming, walking through the door, and this ram like jumped out of nowhere. He jumped, ran up alongside of the wall, jumped off the wall, and rammed the man. Rammed him. I was
Lord
like,
have
what
mercy.
in the heck? Then here again, I'm like, what did he do? But that's like the nature of a male. That's why the Aries
Yeah.
totem pole is a ram,
Right.
because
Right.
follow until leadership go off course somewhere. And then
Yep.
it's like, okay, now I got to headbutt you.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Right.
You're so right about that. I
Right.
know. I'm so like that. My parents can probably tell you. And you mentioned something about a lot of Aries are, going to entrepreneurship in like
Mhm.
male dominated, field.
Yeah.
Um so and I know like my mom, and she's probably like over there shaking her head, rolling her eyes. But as a kid, she may not have been an entrepreneur, but she spoke entrepreneurship into all of her children. There's 4 of us. She spoke that into us. And I think a lot of that, and not a lot of it, but probably about 95, 98% of why I'm able to do what I'm doing now is because of what she spoke into me as a kid. And I know she knew what she was doing, because, as parents, we sometimes got to get sneaky with how we try to get through to our children. But
Yes.
so now, I mean, when I talk to her now, she just sounds so proud and so, like, well, what's going
That's
on over there
amazing.
in that business? And, so, and she really keeps up with everything. But yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I know she can probably attest to me being that rebellious person. Like, again, like I was saying, she wasn't an entrepreneur, and I was okay following her because that's my mom, you know what I mean? But the fact that
Right.
she wasn't doing it, but she's telling me to do it, it's kind of
Right.
like,
I'm like, wait,
wait
right,
a minute
right.
now,
Look.
something ain't adding up.
Oh my God, same here.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep, yep.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I absolutely, and I know y'all can attest to this too, but Extreme FX Global Academy has really come over here and changed the game up. We got some amazing things coming. Woo-hoo-hoo. If y'all
I'm
Yes.
excited.
y'all haven't seen us, if you've seen us before and you kind of, dabble, looked at some videos, whatever, that's great. Where we are right now is great. But what we have
Yes.
coming is for everybody. It's for
Mm.
everybody. And it's like, where we are in this
Everybody.
world, if you don't see anything else, you know that something has changed. Something is changing. We may not know exactly what it is, or you probably can't, put your finger right on it, but we all know something has changed, or
Yes.
something is on
Right.
the brink of happening.
Yes.
And it's a great thing. It's a great thing. And everybody's perspective is going to be different, because some people may see it like, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. And, okay, maybe the world as we knew it might be coming to an end.
Yes. That
All,
part.
we're on the brink of something amazing, people. We are on the brink of something amazing. And you got to choose where
Yes.
you want to be. You want to be
Yeah.
over here, you want to be over here. And that's just that on that. You got to choose. You can't keep doing what you're doing right now. It's not going to be enough in the near future. And I'm not going to put a timeline on when in next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't know, but I do know that it's happening right now. So whatever you're doing or whatever you have been doing is not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Even with, the security of a job, the security of, health insurance, and things like that. We got to get ourselves together health wise.
We
We
do.
have to,
Right.
because our
Yes.
healthcare system is just not what we think it's. Although there's always things happening, technology and in healthcare, it's not going to be the same, y'all. It's not going to be the
Yes.
same. So we really have to take care of ourselves. We gotta, man, we gotta we gotta take care of our bodies. Let me just keep it at that, because I can go
Yes.
on and on and on about some of this health stuff.
And
But
I will let you, because that
Yes.
has to be said, because health and wealth goes together. And I remember a while back, y'all know Coach coaches me as well, and she has did a live a while back, and she made me really understand how health and wealth is hand in hand, because wealth is your well-being, and that's
mhm,
spiritually, emotionally, financially. And so we always look at the money part of it, but technically it's not just the financial part, but it's your spiritual wealth and health. It's your emotional and mental health and wealth, and it's also your physical. So I appreciate you for saying that, because we need to hear that and know how important it is to be healthy so we can be wealthy, because you can't have no broke down body trying to make millions, trying to help somebody else. You just can't do it.
and
And
then
so
Yeah.
you're
even
not
going back
in a
to
position.
what
Yeah, go ahead.
even going back to what Coach Hadassah was saying, even if you're out here trying to talk and speak to people about health and wealth, and you're not
Yes,
healthy, they're not going to believe you. You're not going to be
Right.
believable.
you're right.
So instead of trying to go out here and Listen, throw them lashes on if you want to, throw that weave in, put them makeup, whatever. If that's what you want to do your thing, queen. You know what I mean? But again, my life started to change when I did not care about how people looked at me.
And
I
perceive me.
don't need
Exactly.
a certain type of look. I don't need a certain type of, look, because I know that it's not meant for everybody, first off, you know. But when I started to not care about that, like I was able to take that off of myself, take that pressure off of myself, first off, and really focus that energy into, my health. And when I say health, I'm not just saying exercising and eating fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about mental health, talking about
Yes.
spiritual health, emotional health. It all goes hand in hand, get a routine. A lot of people just don't know where to start. I know for me, I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how to. Again, I hear all of these things. I see all these amazing people doing amazing things, but I didn't think that it was something that I could personally do or that was available to me. And that, again, caring about what people thought, I didn't think that it would be something that would be accepted. But now that I don't care, whether it's
Right?
accepted or not, I'm, like I said, I'm able to focus that energy. But like I said, guys, we have some amazing. Coach Adasa is so, you don't understand what you do for me some nights when I'm just up and I'm like, okay, Coach Adasa went live, and I'm like, it's just amazing what you do, and you do it so effortlessly, and I learned so much from you about where I know I need to be going or where I can be going. You know what I mean? So it's very much appreciated. And you're available to everybody. I see you on every single call, every single training.
Look, I
You're
I be
always
like
there.
Rico, if the call needs you, and I'd be like, okay,
Yeah,
look,
yeah. You
half
know what I
sleep
mean?
on the
But
call, but I'm there.
exactly. But I mean, and being having a home-based business, you give yourself the freedom and the
Yes.
permission to be able to do that. If you're at work 8, 12 hours a day, there's no way you can do all of this. You know what I
Right.
mean? You have to start
Right.
somewhere, though. Even if
Yes.
you are working a 9 to 5 and you're working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, this is for you as well. This is for anybody, but you have to apply yourself. You have to make it a priority. It can't be something that you're just like, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna
Yes,
work.
you have
Yeah.
to make it a priority.
It has to be
You can't
important,
try to
right?
fit it in. You have to, you have to. And that's and it's unfortunate, but that's what I see happen to, with a lot of people who, they it's like they know that they need to make the change, they want to make the change, they see this, they feel that not only is you know like learning the skill set of forex for them, because I mean there's many different forex companies. However, they feel that this one is the one for them. And then it's like, now that it's time to, like, okay, you enroll, right? And we can go through everything. We can go through the onboarding. We can walk you through the back office. We could, connect you to the groups and introduce you to the leaders and all of that type of stuff. But we can't show up for you,
Can't do it.
right? Like we're here, but we
Never
can't
happened.
show up for you. You have to show up, and I don't care what. And this is what I do. I let everybody know up front, because again, we're Aries, we're direct,
Very
right?
much so.
We are so
We
direct.
are.
It's like, was there too much information? No, this is what you needed to know,
That's it. You better
right?
get it.
And so we let them know. And I know I've done this. I'm like, listen, everything under the sun that can happen will happen now that you've joined, because you really have that intention of changing your life. And so life is about to say to you, oh, really? Let's see, right? And
it's gonna test you. What does your life say?
And then I
Every
have to
true
be more
vision.
specific with it to say, listen, this gonna happen. You might get sick. Somebody close to you may die.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times that's happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, but it's like, don't get me wrong, you have to grieve, you have to get better, you have to do all of that. Said, but you still have to show up because life does go on. And if you stop this process, it's like you're prolonging your change, you're prolonging the transformation, you're prolonging your growth. So it's like, please don't stop. And trust me when I say that it's been a year now of, like you were saying in the previous platform, it's been a year, September 24th for me, right?
Wow.
But it's been what, 9 months in extreme. And I've had some of the same things happen. I've had people in my family die. I've had people in my family that's had mental health crisis. Look, I got something going on. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna figure it out, but I can't stop. Right. And I remember saying that we were on a call, and Megan, who's one of our co-founders, that man, fearless leader. Okay. I mean, we're gonna have Megan on the Coach's Corner, right? As a matter of fact, we want to bring all the founders on for a special founders edition when it comes close to regional time in January, right? So look, everybody pray that we have all the founders, come on.
We gotta lock them down. We gotta lock them.
We gotta lock them down, and get them all together. But she has an amazing story, and on this particular training that day, she it was like she opened it up for like questions and testimonies or whatever. And I remember saying, I said, I had an opportunity 12 years ago in the same company with someone who is right now a 7-figure per month earner. We were in the same company. And we weren't like on the same, as a matter of fact, I was in their organization, and it was just that one thing. We wanted to see her win. So we went to work so that she could make that. I think it was platinum president. That's what it was at that time. And that was like 12, 13 years ago. And that company was product based and stuff that we had to do. But my children now, my sons now, my youngest, he was 1. The other ones were, so if he was 1, I had a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And then sister, right, who has cerebral palsy. And teenagers who trying to keep my elder son out of gangs and just all of that kind of stuff going on, and a husband, and it was a lot. But we had to go out to meetings. So then I'm trying to do that, like if my husband come home from work, and then I'm trying to go to the meetings in the evening after he come home, but then he's tired. So it was just a whole lot. So I was trying to figure out, how can I do this particular opportunity from home, like online. Now we're doing it, but back then it really wasn't that common. And plus, with a product base where it needs to be on the people, how can I do that? Well, everything under the sun happened, and I had to just kind of fall back, right? Had to just fall back. And everything under the sun happened from that point up into this. And this time I said, look, I don't care what happens. Like, I don't care what happens. I am not stopping. I'm moving forward, keeping the course, because if you stop, then I don't have another 12 years.
I just made you calls
right?
too.
You have to ask yourself, How much time do you have? If this is your window of opportunity now and you fall off or you stop because life happened, do you have another 12 years? How old are you now? And do you have another
Right.
12 years? Right? So
Right.
whatever
Hey,
that
can y'all
opportunity
hear me?
is for you. Yeah, we can hear you
Yes.
now.
Okay, I got kicked out. I thought I got kicked off, but I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So
Okay.
but yeah, this is the time. I don't know. I mean, in the time that we're in now, when we come out on the other side of this, it's like if you didn't take the opportunity to do whatever it is that you need to do in this time,
Exactly.
we're
Right.
not going to see anything like this again. For we'll be gone, long gone,
Yeah.
and it might be our great grandchildren that we probably need to write some books or something so that it can pass
Right.
down to them so that they know what to do when they have some type of similar opportunity like this, but not quite like this. Because remember, 100 years ago, there was a pandemic,
Right.
the Spanish flu, and everything
Right.
was shut
Right.
down. We was wearing masks and the world was changing. This is where we are now. Another 100 years from now, it'll be something similar. And what would they do?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is the time that we have now to really make that shift and that change where a wealth transfer is occurring right now. Will
Right now.
you be on the other side of that?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
This is the time and the place and the
Yep.
position. And
Absolutely.
definitely with Extreme and our master
Yes.
educators because they're the bomb. Like Quiana,
Telling you, y'all, we have the most amazing educators. They're gonna get you
Yes.
there sooner than you think you can get there. If you just
Yes.
really, apply yourself and really, they're so easy going. They just make it easy.
Yes.
They make you want to learn. You know what I mean? Our educators are just amazing. They reach out
Kiana
to
keep
me
talking about
all
some
the
days.
time.
You need to be
right,
saying
right.
Well,
we
I'm
Because
because
just
you.
besides me. Besides me,
yeah, besides
so
She
Sean, Jay,
also makes it
yes.
easy.
Yeah, they make it so well. We all make it easy for each other, but I'm just saying the love that they pour into
Yes.
me, y'all, the conversations that we have is absolutely amazing. It's amazing because I have
Wow.
people really speaking life into me,
yeah.
and it's crazy because most times you don't have that circle, and I can't speak for everybody, but I know that I never really had a circle of people who truly spoke life into me. But I know I can get on a call with
Right.
Aaron right now. I know at the end of that call, he has spoken something into me
Ooh,
that
he
he
gonna
may
say
not
you
even know he
ahead,
wanted
you
to
are the
do.
head and not to tail. You are
You
above
are
and
the
not
head and
beneath.
not
You
the
are blessed going and
tail.
coming. You got favor with God and man. Listen,
And as always,
and as
you're
always,
smarter than the
right,
average trader.
10 times smarter than the average trader,
Yes.
baby.
Yes.
Exactly.
What
Powerful.
educator is speaking that over you every single time you are in their
Every day.
presence?
Every day.
Every
Every day.
day.
He's
Every
amazing. I
day.
mean,
That's phenomenal.
everybody wants to see everybody win. There's no competition over here. We all
Mm-hmm.
compliment each other just right. We don't have
Yes.
two people doing the same thing, and so everybody's overwhelmed with whatever. We have just enough of everything that we need. And if
Absolutely.
we're lacking something, I'm telling you, they're gonna come up with a solution for
With
it.
the solution.
But
Yes.
right now I don't see any holes in anything. When you need
Absolutely.
to get educated, we got everything you need. We got somebody's going to help you set up your trading account. Somebody who's going to talk to you about just what it is you're doing. What have you gotten into?
Mm-hmm.
What is a lot? I mean, what is a lot size? What is a pip? Basic things. Then you got me. I'm going to teach you about trading view. I go through a whole
Yes.
training on how to actually look at the charts, how to look at what price is actually doing, what the banks are really doing. We're in a
Yes.
live market. This isn't a simulation. This isn't a game or anything like that, but we're looking at the same thing that the banks are looking at, and we're able to do exactly what they're doing. So that's where I come in, and I'm showing you how to look at those charts and how to
Absolutely.
navigate the platform that we teach on. Then we have our live traders. Our live traders are going to get on. They're going to talk to you and teach you and educate you on the details of what you need to be doing. So there's no lack over here. There's no lack. Everything that you could possibly need, we have it. We have it. So
and that's what I love about it. No, I was just did on what you said.
Thing, but they're like Hadassah said, there's several forex companies out there. They're just popping up left and right. But are you learning? Are you learning? Are you going on there and they're just going to try to drag it out as long as possible and just give you just enough to say, I gave something? We don't do that. Everybody's getting educated. Everybody who's going to apply themselves, you're getting educated. We have people making money every day. And I'm not just talking little money. You know what I mean? I'm talking life-changing
money. Yeah.
Life-changing. So
and I mean, coming over here just like that, if you show up.
It's not like one person, a couple people here and there. There's several people who are making life-changing money. Hadassah, I know you have a story on where you able to go and pay cash for a card.
My title came the other day.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
People don't. That's not normal. That's not
right.
We're not normal.
That's not happening every day.
Kind of like aliens.
Yeah. Because that's what it's all about. Like when we talk about wealth building and things like that, it's more than just being rich with making a lot of money. Because again, we can make $1 million and spend $2 million.
Right. I'm trying to tell you,
$1 million in the hole. But it's about getting out of debt. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to not have a limit on my income, but then be able to be zero balances. I don't like getting loans and stuff like that. I don't want to be in debt. I mean, for a long time, it's been, I want a net worth. I want a net worth. And a net worth is what's left over after all debts and all of that is settled. So if I don't have any, then guess what? I can have a net worth and build that, and then set up those different things, as far as, okay, I got the LLC, but what about the foundation and the trust? And I prayed long ago that I said, number one, I didn't want to work for money. I wanted money to work for me. And I wanted to be a philanthropist and an investor.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I said I wanted to do and be. A philanthropist, an investor, and I want money to work for me. My prayers are being answered right now. Exactly. Who's praying that prayer?
Right. You got to be specific about what you want.
You
absolutely.
About what it is you're asking for, because you will get what you're asking for. If you're not getting enough, you're probably not asking for enough. You have to position yourself. You really have to position yourself to be able to receive these things. Because if you're not responsible enough to handle $1 million, what make you think you're gonna get?
You don't need. You don't need
handle $1,000.
You'll kill yourself with it.
You know what I'm saying? And some people along the way have some casualties along the way, and that's not what you want. So really start to position yourself right now, and just be able to have some good things, y'all. Whatever you want, I promise you can have. I wanted freedom. I wanted freedom. My prayer was for freedom, because when I was working a job and I couldn't take my son to his appointments, and I would have to reschedule all the time, or I wouldn't be able to go. His dad would have to take him, and I couldn't go, and we would be on a FaceTime or video conference or whatever. That's not what it was about. I wanted to be able to go to my daughter's basketball games without somebody telling me, or her track meets without somebody telling me that it was okay for me to go.
Wow,
that's not right. It was freedom for me, and it's gonna always be freedom. I can never go back to working a job. Never. I can never go back to working a 9 to 5. I just can't even think about what that would even look like for me right now. I just can't do it. I won't do it. I refuse to do it just
Right.
because I've had a taste of this life, and it's amazing, y'all. Being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it,
And how you want to
having
do it.
amazing people around you is just crazy. It's amazing. Look, I'm trying my word swap. We had a guest on, one of Megan's college buddies. He came on. We need to get him back on too. We need to get him back on. But I
Yes.
use the word crazy a lot, and he said word swap that with amazing. So
Yes.
I try to use the word amazing more than crazy, even though they're synonymous. They mean the same thing in my mind. You have to be careful with the words you speak. You really have to be careful with your words. So working on it every day, y'all. Yeah, I'm working on it every day. So, and I don't want to end this, but I know we have the founders call going on right now. We hopping on that.
Yeah,
Jacob
yeah.
call.
I went
Yeah.
I went on and chimed in, but I put it on, like mute or whatever, so it wouldn't be in the background. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on our next level training with co-founder and VP of sales, Jacob Mickle. He's an amazing leader. He's been in this industry for quite some time, has a lot of wisdom that he shares and brings with us. So that's always good. But listen, we must have you back because it seems like I
Yay!
know that there's more. Like I really don't want to end it, right? But I know we have to go, and be on. But yes, we're definitely gonna have you back. And also we have we wanted to make sure that we had you on this Tuesday because this is leading up to our event that we're having this weekend with our traders boot camp, right? XFX Cash
Super
Bill
excited.
Trader Boot Camp. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The boot camps are awesome.
Awesome. They sell out in like one day. So if
Yes.
you're on the platform and you want to get to the boot camp, you got to get your ticket. There's no waiting. You can't even wait because they sell out like super duper fast. And it's not like, a couple, 10, 15 people. We have over 100 people, coming to these boot camps. And these are
Yes.
people flying in from all over, all over the United States to come to these boot camps because they know they're going to get good quality education. They're going to get that upfront in-person education. We're right there with our people, and we want everybody to get what they need to get to become a successful 6 and 7 figure and 8, 10 figure trader. Whatever your heart desires, like we're going to help to get you there because we know any and everybody can learn this. Any and
Yes.
everybody can learn this. So, I'm going to shut my mouth because we can keep going on and on, all night. So that's all I
Yes.
got, y'all.
Yeah, so look, we're excited. This weekend we will be in Charlotte for our traders boot camp. And just like Quiana said, she said it sells out. And so look, I'm gonna give a little tip because this is what I always do. I always make sure that my credit card is paid up before any event. I make sure that my credit card is paid up and clear because they usually announce the next boot camp or the next regional event or national events or something like that. And when they go live, of course they announce it there, and it's the early bird special, right? Well, they
Yep.
say early
Yep.
bird catches the worm. So it's the early bird special, and as soon as they say, hey, we're going to be here at the next event, this is that and the other, guess what I do? I take out my card, secure my ticket, right? Because this is paid for, got the early bird special, and then I work out everything else later.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. That's what
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
do.
Yes. And so I'm just giving everybody a tip on how to do it. You got a credit card, something like that. Make sure you have some money available on it so that you can snatch up you some early bird tickets for the next event. But this will be the last boot camp event for this year. And then we do have our national event that's coming up. It's January 28th, 29th, right? For the National for Extreme. And that's in Charlotte. That's in Charlotte too at the Sonesta. So we're just letting everybody know. And look, this is the last quarter and everything. So this is the time. This is the time to hit it. $7.3 trillion daily market. Money is everywhere. It's circulating. You have to think in terms of abundance. Right? You know, get you some. They're not gonna miss it.
Right. I'm trying to tell you. Get it.
$7 trillion a day. They're not gonna miss it. So I'm pretty sure whatever it is that you need, you write that number down and you come over here, join Extreme FX Global Academy where Bitcoin and Forex collide, and our master educators, Miss Quiana, Aaron, and Mr. Cashville, King Pip, Mr. Fab,
King Nelson, Mr.
King
Fab.
Nelson, and Messina. I mean, like everybody, you're gonna get the sauce, but you're gonna get what you put into it. And that's pretty much it. So so that's our Coach's Corner. Thank you so much, Quiana, for coming on. We've had you here long enough.
Yes, absolutely. Coach Cotton, I want to tell you, you are an amazing interviewer. You know, like, I don't know if this is something you plan to do at the level, but you are absolutely amazing at this. You're good at keeping things on track. I mean, just you're quick on your feet. Like, listen, we gotta
thank you, Quiana. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Look, I logged on to Jacob at 8, and I think that he was coming in because I'm like, I can't get it to go down, but he's like blaring.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah.
You know, we gotta show up. I gotta show up for, you know, Jacob. That's the home team. So, you know, I gotta be on the call.
Right?
Yes.
But thank you for telling me that. I appreciate you. It has been such a pleasure having you on the Coach's Corner again. We gotta have you back. So this will not be the first or last time that you were here. If you will come back, we would love to have you back. But it's this whole guest experience with you being on the Coach's Corner has been simply amazing. And Coach, you know, as always, I would never want to host this with nobody else but you. I'm like, y'all, if Coach Adasa out, I may have to cancel the whole show. It's over. We off the air. We off the air, right? But we appreciate you. And if Coach, you want to take us out? You want to close us out?
Yes. So again, look, thank you, Coach Quiana, for coming on. You have been such a pleasure again. Like Coach Cotton said, we definitely will have you back on the Coach's Corner.
For sure.
Amazing.
I'll be there.
Yes, wonderful. So listen, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for sticking with us, because I know, you know, we're usually like 30 minutes, but of course when we have guests, you know, we stay a little bit longer, you know, about an hour or so. But it's been such a pleasure with Quiana. We almost 20 minutes over the hour. So thank you all for staying put and tuning in with us. And again, we are here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, on the Coach's Corner, where we help you get to your next level. See you all next week. Peace.